It's time to learn some Python with Jordan and Jackie. Today we're covering basic console I/O and we're using Replit as our IDE. So Jackie, what's the console?
Yeah, so the console here in Replit is the shell tab here and the console tab. So if we start with the shell,
Yep.
or on a Mac it would be a terminal.
Yep, different names. We need to get used to that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it starts with this $sign, or it ends.
Yep.
And that's where we're gonna be able to run our files, execute our files.
So this is kind of how we run Python the old-fashioned way, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Cool.
Yeah, and that's also where you can also play with Python interactively.
Yeah, interactively.
So
cool.
You're gonna type in Python like that.
And voila, Python.
Voila. Yep.
Okay, so we know it's Python because we've got these three little arrowy things as our prompt, right?
Yep. Yeah.
And now you can write a single line of Python code and it'll run.
So let's print. Usually we say hello world.
Yep, it is tradition that everyone's first program has to print hello world. Cool.
We press enter.
Success. We rock. Yep, so as you can see, Jackie said print hello world, and what do you know, it printed hello world.
Yeah. But yeah, as soon as you get a bit more complicated, it's convenient to run your code in a file.
So you can rerun it and make changes and stuff like that. So show us, please, Jackie, where is our program file here?
So the program file is in the middle. So we edit the file in the middle, and we see on the left hand the list of files that we have.
Yeah.
So currently we are running into main.py.
Yep, which is often just a default name for your program.
Exactly. Yeah. And we've put a little comment at the top, console IO, that's what we're talking about today.
Cool.
So let's replicate what we've done so far.
Yep.
Hello world. So at this stage, we switch the tab. That's where we use the console tab. And we're gonna we're gonna run.
Cool.
Yep.
Just by the way, you guys can all see the history of us just testing this before we started recording. That's how we roll. Okay, so essentially the console here is just giving us a little spot for output from our program to be shown on the screen. Right?
Absolutely. It's slightly cleaner to see. We see only the hello world. If we compare with the shell, we all have the prompt
as well.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a little bit cleaner.
And so just to clarify for our audience, what do we mean by I/O in this context?
Right, so I/O stands for input and output.
Okay.
Right? So the print is our output.
Yep.
We print on the screen the hello world.
Output from the program to the user. Yeah.
And so we're going to test a little bit the
input.
The input.
Yep.
So input name, let's say.
So we'll cover that properly in a later lesson, but that's a variable that Jackie's creating there.
And we're going to ask for that, what's your name?
Okay, so the syntax for the input command in Python, basically in the bracket, you give a string, which is the prompt that it's going to give the user, and then it's going to let the user type something in, and it's going to store it in the variable there that we've called input name.
Absolutely.
So let's give that a try. Well, okay, yes. Let's first add something so we can see it.
So we say hello, and then this time we're going to put our input name.
Yeah. Okay, so we're doing one print to just say hello world, then we're using the input command to get the user's name, and then we're doing another print. And notice in this one that we have some literal text in the quotation marks, hello, comma, space. And then the plus and a variable name, and it's basically just going to glue those two things together.
Let's try.
Let's give it a try.
So we see hello world, what's your name? And so here I'm going to type in Jackie.
Yep, so he types it in just as normal and then presses enter. And hello, Jackie. Fantastic. Right, okay, so just to recap, the two key functions that we use in Python for very basic console I/O are print in order to output stuff, print text out, and input to get text from the user, from the keyboard.
Input, output.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about data types another time, but we'll just mention for now that it's strings in and strings out. So just like text, words. And in another lesson, we'll look at how you would change that into numbers and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Okay, I think that covers it for today. We will see you in the next lesson. Bye.